What's up, guys? It's Chris. We are doing what your survivor main says about you, so let's kick it right off with Dwight. There are only two types of Dweets. One is a brand new player addicted to lockers, slowly walking to the nearest corner anytime he hears a heartbeat, and the other is the most cracked player you've ever seen in your life that will make you regret ever waking up in the morning. Or a wannabe. Next up is Meg. Whether you want to call these players Megheads, Baby Megs, Megan, they all have one thing in common. None of them have any idea what to do when they're in chase, but you better believe they're the most fun and cute survivor mains out there. They're just having a good time and have no idea why their teammates are always so angry at them, so they try their best and then eventually they bloom. Like Dwight players, Claudette players also have two paths. One is an urban evader that is completely clueless and still runs self-care even though every single person they've ever met tells them to take it off. And the other path is the most toxic, strange, teabagging, flashlight spamming, pallet pre-dropping, endgame flaming player you will ever meet in DBD. But they enjoy their playstyle and that's okay. Jakes. They are probably the most altruistic survivor mains we've talked about so far. Even the newest Jake players that have no idea what a key even does will run across the map to unhook you while the Meghead is in a corner somewhere. They'll throw a game trying to sabotage hooks, and when it's all said and done, they will simply type GG, well played, and leave. Now, if you thought Claudette players could be toxic, you have never met a pink-haired Nia in the entity's realm. Many see Nia as the entity herself, and many Nia mains try to make it reality by making sure they bring everything possible into a trial in order to win. Map offerings, insta-heals, pallet spamming, stipdicks, 4-second chance perks, you name it, they've got it, and if you down them too quickly... Bill. When you first started playing DBD, you asked everyone you knew which survivor has the best perks to have at the start, and everyone told you Bill had borrowed time and Unbreakable, so since then, you've been committed. You have gotten Unbreakable value a total of twice during your time in DBD, but that doesn't stop you from running it every single game. You also keep expecting Behavior to drop a cosmetic for you at some point, but it just never happens. Maybe you've mained him since Old Dead Hard was the most broken and annoying perk in the game, or maybe you picked him up ever since Behavior announced he is now LGBT. Either way, David mains are some of the friendliest players in DBD, besides a few outliers that have to blame every single loss on something that has nothing to do with their own gameplay. Laurie Strode. One of the rarest survivor mains out there, they do still exist, waiting for their time to strike. There are some of the most cracked survivor mains out there, and you know if you have a Laurie with a flashlight and the killer decides to chase them at the start, you get a free win. But man, her perks suck now. Ace Visconti. I am totally not biased at all when I say this, but Ace mains are simply the best. They have the best cosmetics, they avoid toolboxes like the plague, and they will open every chest on the map with their entire build committed to looting items and still run the killer for 10 minutes without breaking a sweat. Play Ace. Feng Min. I am pretty sure Behavior commits 75% of their total budget to developing skins for this character, and I have no idea why. In the last meeting they held, they voted on whether to add a communication wheel for survivors or create a new Feng skin. You know what they chose. In all seriousness, there are just way too many Feng players out there to give a real generalization, so I'll just leave it at this. If you use this skin, there's a 100% chance you are a noob. And if you don't, it's 50-50. Quentin. Once the ugliest character in DBD, he is still the ugliest character in DBD. But when they made him less ugly, you were angry. Detective Tapp. You are a fan of the Saw franchise, and when it was announced, you were super excited. They're a rare breed, but every Tapp player is pretty laid back and just having a good time, finding some chests and helping out the team. Kate Denson. Many of the friendliest players in the game, however, they are addicted to bringing map offerings. They don't understand why killers get upset at them for bringing the meat plant for the 15th time in the row, because they claim they're just enjoying the map. Also, I'm pretty sure she's the only character with jiggle physics in the game. Get it together, guys. Adam. The people who main Adam love the flashy cosmetics, so they were probably Nia mains before and wanted to change to a male survivor. You will almost always find Adam mains in a Swift running Deliverance and this cosmetic, but they are pretty good at looping. Jeff. The loudest and tallest survivor in the game. Many people compare him to Sasquatch being added to Dead by Daylight. There's about 10 people who main this character in the game, and I've never met any of them. Jane Romero. You know why you main her. Ash mains. Nancy mains all have pink-haired Nia energy. They are toxic, they cannot stand when they get downed, and if they did, you played like a scumbag. Always running adrenaline, probably 2 other second chance perks to go along with it. They are convinced they are the best player to ever touch the game, and they won't let anybody tell them otherwise. Or maybe you just like Stranger Things. Steve Harrington. Some of the funniest survivors in the game. They love head-on, they love flashbangs, and generally they just don't take it too seriously. If you rock the Scoops Ahoy cosmetic, chances are you're pretty awesome to play with. Yui. She has some of the most fun perks in the game, which is probably why you chose her in the first place. Yui players always keep their head down, never toxic, just playing their game, helping their team, doing gens, running the killer, all at a pretty good level. Shout out to you Yui mains. Zarina. Once you heard about that off the record buff, you went crazy. She is the new Blendette with her camo outfit, and even though you don't see them very often, you know they're running meta. They're not too bad though. Cheryl Mason. If you main this character, you have every single one of her cosmetics. You are a Silent Hill fanatic. You're addicted to Blood Pact, and anytime you get value, it is the time of your life. Felix. You're just a wannabe ace main. Let's get real. Elodie. Somehow you managed to do every single chest and totem on the map without touching a gen, and your entire team dies. You have no idea how it keeps happening to you. Why won't your team just do the gens? But she's got a cool pajama outfit. Yunjin Lee. As soon as stuff goes south, you are in full survive mode. Once you see 2 people get hooked before a gen pops, you give up. This team is not getting out of here. So you patiently wait until hatch pops up, and then you make your great escape. Great cosmetics. Jill Valentine. Ever since she dropped, you did not take Blast Mine off of your perk slot one time. You were super excited when Behavior announced they were going to be fixing how she looked in the game, and very happy with the results. Leon's. Now, I'm sure there's one out there, but I've never seen a single Leon that is good at Dead by Daylight. Not a single one. They are all almost brand new players that have no clue what's going on at any point. You'll be walking around the map and realize there's not one pallet on it as a survivor, and then you realize you have a Leon on your team. I don't know what it is with this character, but they're just noobs. Michaela Reed. You are the new Megs, except you are now running the most busted perk to ever be in Dead by Daylight, Boone Circle of Healing, which is why you bought her in the first place, of course, other than her millions of cosmetics since she's been released into the game. To be honest, the main reason you're probably running her is because of those cosmetics, and you really don't care that much about being cracked at the game, but you are pretty much on the same level as the Megheads. I honestly forgot Jonah was in Dead by Daylight. I can't remember the last time I saw one. I could only name one of his perks to you, which is exponential. So, hey, if you main Jonah, respect, I guess. Yoichi's got some sweet drip too, and they almost always come in pairs. I won't see a Yoichi for 10 games, and then when I do, there's at least 2 of them. I don't know what's up with that. Hattie. To be honest, Hattie got done dirty. Honestly, I don't know why you would choose this character over anyone else. But props to you. I don't know. Ada Wong. You choose your DBD main based off of their personality and simply off of gameplay and nothing else. All you're in it for is wholesome reasons. Nothing else, you thirsty motherfuckers. Rebecca. Probably some of the most wholesome players I've ever met in the game. They heard about Reassurance and they got on Rebecca immediately. They love helping their team. They hate seeing them face camped. And I've never seen a Rebecca be rude to a killer either. You guys are awesome. And finally, Vittorio. Yeah, you guys play this guy for the same reason you play Ada. You are thirsty. You just run the shirtless skin every single game. You do not care about the game. You suck at looping because you're just staring at this character the entire time. I mean, dude, just honestly go on Google and type in pictures of him. Why even play?